underestimate
the power
of a single
conversation.
It
could change your whole life.
INCRadio Chatline.
conversations that matter.
Teamwork. Let's talk about that today. So we're gonna be doing this in sort of like a top 10 format. And I've looked at different qualities that people haven't been talking about, like that make it fun for them to work in a group. So I'm joined here by one of my friends, Nate, to talk about like and kind of like discuss, like what for us makes the top 10, our top 10 qualities that make it fun to work in a group. So,
snazzy graphics.
another Friday, yeah. So let's get right into it, actually.
And I'll keep time because we got to get through all 10.
Yes, we do. So first off, how much fun is it for you when there is open communication within the group?
Open communication, yeah, that's very much needed whenever you have a team. If there's no communication, then everything becomes dysfunctional. That becomes obvious whenever you have like a sport like volleyball. If you don't communicate who's going to get the ball,
yeah, you just kind of end up bumping like into each other, right?
Yep.
So like where would you put that? Because for me, I feel like I would put that actually pretty high up, maybe around 4 or even 3.
Yeah,
like
I
for
agree.
you, where would you put that?
Yeah, I would say 3. It's not higher, but yeah, I would say 3. We're kind of hedging our bets here.
Okay. Like this is like very early into the game that we're putting like one of we're putting it like one of the top 3 right away. So
yeah, I know. We may end up with like snacks at number 1. I'm like, well, we got that the only one left. So
well, it depends. So, with that, how important for you is it to have accountability like in a team? Like everyone takes accountability of like what they're doing, like their task, doing their task, then owning like what they are doing themselves.
I think that depends on the team. Like we've definitely seen like basketball teams where like one person can seemingly like carry the whole team on their shoulder, and it's like just don't get in my way kind of thing. So I think it definitely depends on the team dynamic. When I played rugby, everybody definitely had to be doing what they were doing. If there was one weak spot, it would get exploited like really fast. So
yeah, you kind of need that. You kind of need to know that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So if there's not that, like it kind of like you kind of end up sometimes you can end up doing like the same thing twice, or like and then like one thing gets neglected. So for you, like where are you thinking of like putting it? Like at what spot in the top 10?
So Tony has put accountability at like 2 to 3. I would say it's a little bit lower. I would say maybe like
really?
5. And looking back, communication, since we do have some time, we got about a minute. She put 1 for communication. I would kind of agree with that. And Melanie too, she says it would definitely be top 3 for communication. But for me, accountability, I would feel like it's not 100% necessarily. So I would probably put it on 5. What do you think?
On 5? See, and thinking like now, I wish I put this on 3. So we'll compromise and put it on 4. What do you
All
think?
Right, that'll work. We'll
compromise.
Split the
Okay. We'll compromise and put it on number 4. So we got number 3 and number 4 filled out.
See the male perspective took over, and they're like, "Yeah, basketball, LeBron, put the team on his back, take him to the finals."
That's kind of like what was coming out to mind too. Like I'm glad you brought up basketball, because when I was thinking of accountability, I was like, yes, like yeah, that kind of works. And on with that, actually, since we talked about like accountability and like knowing what you're supposed to be doing and doing it, for you, like how important is it, like when you're working a team, to have clear goals Like
Oh, I saw that
knowing, like
transition.
not,
That was
this is not
quick.
knowing what you're supposed to do. This is knowing what the final result that you want is.
Again, I think that depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. If it's like a team sport, then the clear goal is to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes those goals may not be as clear. So there's a lot of like haziness, but I'm gonna have to say this might be pretty high up. And I kind of wish maybe the open communication was maybe 2. I would slot it at 3. I would say it's
Mm,
pretty high, clear goals. I mean, especially for a team. Yeah, I would say it's high. I would put it at number 2.
number 2.
Yeah, you got about a
And
minute. What do you think?
actually, this is like pretty low for me. I would say number 6. Because okay, like I'm
6.
thinking of it like kind of like as a given. I'm thinking of it as a given. So a number 2 and number 6. So it's kind of like I would say like 5 is like the open, like, like the closest open slot for that. Because I'm thinking like I would say maybe number 6 or number 7 actually. Because when you're kind of like working thing, it's like for me it kind of feels like it's already a given, like what you're kind of like working towards.
Okay, so Tony says she would place it as 5. Definitely important, but not the
Mm,
most important.
but not the most important.
Yeah.
But how
So
do you feel about fine name?
yeah, I guess I don't have a
I guess.
choice. I'm like heavily outvoted.
I mean, that depends on like what everyone else in the chat is like saying. But yeah, with Tony, like glad we're in agreement of like 5 for that one.
All
Okay,
right, we're making good
next
time.
one. Next one. I don't know if like how you feel about this one, but it's sort of like the same thing. Having shared values or like a shared purpose.
Ooh, shared values and purpose. Well, going back to team sports, there's all sorts of different personalities, and everybody kind of has their own motivations, I guess, for
Mm-hmm.
when they're trying to achieve a goal. Whether it's like, yeah, I want the team to win, or I want this to kind of boost my own stock.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be as important. I couldn't put this as number 2. I could see maybe in some instances on a team you do want to have shared values,
Mm-hmm.
but I would think in general for teamwork, I can't. I don't think I would place it that high. What do you think?
Actually, like for me, this is like again one of those things that I feel like it could be up there, but it's important, but it's not the most important thing for
Hmm.
me. Like it definitely does help you kind of like gel better with your like team if you kind of like have like a shared value, like a shared purpose. It's almost kind of like instead of clear goals, it's almost like a shared goal, like in a sense where you're kind of like agreeing on like, yeah, this is like what we want, like bringing up like the
Right.
team sport, like example. Again, the goal is to win, but for some teams it's just like, you know what, let's just have fun. Like,
So how
you
about for
know
some breathing room? Maybe I think I want to give myself some space. How about number 8? What do you think?
a number I'm thinking number 6, because like that's like kind of like the highest open without being like in the top 2. So
So
because
maybe
I
7.
want to reserve like
Oh,
the top
we're
2
at
for like
time. We're gonna have to
whatever.
pick. How about 7?
7, yeah, okay, we'll go with 7 for shared values or purpose. It helps everyone feel connected, so that's we're putting that in number 7.
There we go.
Okay, next up is lots of fun and enjoyment and built into the process, so you're kind of like you're not taking it too seriously. You're sort of just like having fun with like the process. Well, you are taking it seriously, but not too seriously.
I could see where sometimes that would lead to some cohesion problems because
Mm-hmm.
if some people are having lots of fun and enjoyment, then others might not. I've definitely been on teams that were that way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like linking back to like, do we have a clear goal in mind? If your clear goal is, yeah, we're going to have fun and enjoyment, then sure. Yeah, that's important. But I don't think it's that much important. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think for longevity, if you wanted the team to like continue year after year after year, right? Long term, then you're going to have to balance that in where people enjoy what they do.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And for me, it's like this is like it makes it definitely like for longevity. It definitely makes it like last longer. Like the makes more fun in the long term to work in a team. But I don't think that I'll put it like very high up. I might even like personally, I might even put it in like 10. But for you, like where you thinking of like putting it?
I could put it on 10. Yeah, I don't think it's absolute.
We're agreeing on 10. Okay.
No,
So
9.
lots of
We'll say
fun.
9.
Yeah. I
9.
mean, it is or 9. Like
Yeah.
okay, I can compromise with like 9.
Yeah. You got the
Let's put
long
it
term.
on number 9.
All right.
So yeah, like I guess we're both agreeing that it's like it's fun and or not like it makes it like uh good for longevity, but in terms of like importance, it's not too important of like
Yeah.
quality to have like in a team.
And we're halfway
But
through and we still got some
yeah,
space. So we're doing pretty good. I'm kind of
we're
worried though.
yeah, we kind of occupied like the middle numbers first, and then like so we'll see. Maybe the next one is on the top two, but the next one is I don't know if like chat will think that this is very important, but for me, I think it is trust. Like being able to trust the people that you are working with, like knowing that they have your back.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? I'm glad we did save this top spots because I do think that's important. Because once there's a break of trust, then yeah, that team's gonna fall apart. No matter what
Mhm.
your personality or role is on that team, you have to be able to trust that, the others are going to do what they're supposed to be doing. That's the whole point of a team. Like everyone's kind of bringing in their own part to kind of accomplish something bigger. But then if that breaks down, yeah, that whole team dynamic could really fall apart.
I'd say like I'm confident like putting these in either one of like the top two because
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, like it doesn't matter like the rest of like these qualities, like it won't matter if you can't trust like your team, right? Or you can't trust the people that you're working with. So I'm thinking maybe do we save top one or
I think it's one. I am
you're
number
gonna put
one.
it on
Trust.
one?
Team
Okay,
trust.
I'm okay. Like no regrets after this. We're gonna put it on one and
No regrets. Yep. You got to. All right, real
okay.
quick, since we do have a little bit of time, we have
Mhm.
Tony saying, I think from the get go, there are different levels of trust. You won't get entrusted
Mm.
big things right away. So, yeah. But then I think for the long term cohesion of the group, the dynamics of everything, yeah, you have to have that trust. They have
Okay,
to
this
trust
is like
you.
very. I would say like the numbers that we have left is like very polarizing. You have like one at the top and then like two maybe near the bottom and only one spot left like in the middle.
I trust that we will
So
get
we,
this.
we trust that we'll be able to I know to actually form like a good list for this. How important for you is flexibility and adaptability.
Oh, okay. I'm confident putting that in number 2 because
Mm.
life is messy and on a team, especially when, maybe some people may fall short to be able to cover for them, right? You need that flexibility. So,
Hmm.
um yeah, especially if there isn't open communication, just to place it above open communication, the flexibility takes
Mm.
care of that.
Yeah, I would say for me too. Like, because I'm also thinking like in terms of like let's say your something comes up like in your kind of like personal and you're not able to like you're not able to kind of do like your part as like as much as you want to do it, and like it goes hand in hand with like open communication, letting them know, hey, like something came up, can you cover for me, can you like pick up the slack like here, and like the team being flexible enough to say like yeah, like we have the space to do that. Like
Yep.
I'm thinking number two
Look
because
at
I feel
this.
like it goes hand in hand with open
Trust,
communication.
flexibility, open communication. That is a winning team right there. And just
I know.
we have PJ giving us a shout out here, so threw him up there.
Hello, PJ. So we're gonna put it on number two. We have
Yes.
our top five. We have our top five like number two, whichever ones.
Notice
Like,
how we weren't thinking so much like, hey, where does this fit? How do we rank it? We're like, oh, how can we hedge our bets and make sure
yeah.
there's space?
Like, so Nate, I feel like whichever ones these are, like, we can't. I feel like we can't take our word back on this now. The ones that are how, like, for you, like, how important is it to have ownership of like your work? Like, you're able to feel like you have part of like that, that the finished product. You have like a part of it.
That's a good question. Ownership. People feel. See, we got feelings involved. We know what happens with
Mhm.
feelings. Feelings can betray you. So yeah, these definitely need to go lower. So
I would say even 10 for me. Like, this is not important at all for me.
I would say number 6 though, because you do want to feel like you are a part of, like, your contributions
Mm.
mattered, right? But it's not up there with like the trust, flexibility, and communication.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I would say 6 because
So for you, it's a 6. For me, it's a 10.
yeah.
Can we compromise at an 8 then?
I think I can agree with you because like once the goal is done, you can always disband that team. But for long term, so this is where it's like there's too many sides to this, and so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it can't be one way or the other. So I think 8 is good.
Is chat telling us how they feel about like ownership of like the finished product?
Yeah, Tony says that won't even make her list.
Doesn't even make her list. Wow.
So
And honestly, I'm not too surprised because I know the kind of like worker Tony is. I'm not too surprised that ownership is not too important. I wouldn't say like if if it wasn't on this list, I wouldn't put it in my top 10 either. But if I have to put it on the list, I would put it like at 10 because it's not too important for me. But for you, and these are like last two that we're gonna select, and I'm already kind of regretting not putting this up higher, is reflection and feedback. So
all
being
right,
able to see, to look at like the finished product and go, what could have we done better?
let me ease your concerns. Okay,
Hmm.
this
Okay.
again depends. Are we talking short term or long term? Okay, short term, those top like 3, 4, 5, top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is important to have, whether or not it is short term or long term. But this particular item, reflection and feedback, that's on the long term.
Long
So you
term, yeah.
cannot place it that high. I think long term, yeah, number 6, because I do think it is very important to reflect back on
Mm-hmm.
what you did, know what works and what doesn't, so then you can carry it on. So I would be confident placing this at number 6. So to ease your concerns that we didn't open up the top spots, okay, I do think this is more of a long term teamwork
You know
goal.
what? You've convinced me. I was thinking first, like I'm regretting not putting it higher, but you've convinced me that like yeah, this applies more on like the long term because short term projects, which like it's kind of like a one and done kind of like project. Like
Yeah.
there's
Now,
no space to really reflect on the next time.
are we willing to condemn without even knowing to the bottom of our list?
Like
That that's the real
I
question.
have the list, but I honestly am clicking them randomly, so I don't know what the next one is going to be. So
Okay,
we'll see if
so
we're I know we'll see if we're gonna regret. No, actually, I think we do have a little bit of time after this, so we'll okay. I'll let us change or swap places of one.
okay, I'm still
Like
confident with 6. Now that
yeah.
I think about it, because we did talk about how we wanted it higher, but then it's more of
Hmm.
a long term. So yeah, 6, final answer. I am comfortable
Okay,
with
yeah.
it.
I'm agreeing with you on that as well. We're putting it at number 6, which means like at the last place will be
Last but not least,
okay. I'm like kind of like moving my mouse around to kind of like click on one randomly. Is last one is oh sorry you can't see it, but it says active listening, being ready
active.
to hear each other, which I think we've actually kind of like covered that one out earlier with like flexibility, right? It kind of goes
Mm,
hand in hand with like flexibility.
and
So
open
it's
communication. Yeah.
Yeah, open communication, flexibility, active listening, and this is like the description it gives is like really hearing each other out. So it's not just like listening and agreeing. It's like, okay, I understand like why
Okay.
you're saying that. So
All right. So this is what we can do.
mhm.
For now, we have it on 10, but you said maybe we can do one swap. I think
Yeah,
maybe this.
I'll let you pick like two that you want to swap, and then I'll kind of like pick two that I want to swap, and we'll see what we can compromise on. And then
Well, how about we do this as a team? So check this out.
Mhm.
Do you think active listening is more important than having lots of fun?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
let's
I
switch it.
kind of agree with you
Bump
that.
it up. Let's bump it up then. We'll bump that one up. Let's do
Okay.
it. There
Well,
we go.
we're moving lots of fun
To number
and
10.
enjoyment to maybe like a number 10. Active listening goes to number 9.
Yep.
Uh,
Would you put
now
it
for
above
the
ownership?
ones, yeah, for the ones that I'll pick mine and I'll see if you agree with me. And if we still have time, we'll see what chat thinks about. But for me, that the two that I kind of actually want to swap is shared values and clear goals. It's like what I'm feeling of like, because again, like I feel like clear goals is like already a given when you're working in a team. So what do you think? Shared values and clear goals.
I would say my experience working with a team. Okay, so but this is in the context of sports. Clear goals
Mhm.
definitely is like really high up when it comes to sports. Can you counter that then to convince me why that would be lower?
Like, well, like I said, like clear goals is like already kind of like a given for like when you're working at a team. Like you work at a team knowing what the end goal is, like what at least what you want it to be, knowing what you're working towards. So I feel like it shouldn't even be in the top, but I'm willing to stop because I want to bump up. I want to bump up shared values for the numbers. So like
Okay,
it's
so
sort
I
of
can
like from my
counter
mind,
the
it's like what I'm willing to like put lower.
I can counter your shared values argument for it being higher
Mm,
because you can work on a team where a whole bunch of different individuals with different values can
mm.
still work together in different purposes as long as what there's a clear goal. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
We're
okay,
good.
okay. You've kind of convinced me. I'm okay. I think I'll. You know what? I'll keep them. I'll keep them at that point. But okay, so let's see from the top, like from 10 going to number 1. At our top 10 is like lots of fun and enjoyment built into the process. That's like number 10. Active listening is number 9. Ownership is number 8. Shared values and purpose is still on number 7. Reflection and feedback is on number 6. Clear goals for number 5. Accountability for number 4. And for the top 3 is like open communication, flexibility, and most importantly trust. Like that's our like for us that's like the most important. But can you tell me what like chat is saying about like our list, or if they have a different top, like okay chat, what's like your top one like quality? Just let us know.
Okay, so Melanie says, "How come respect isn't on the list?"
Oh wait, let me see if like what the ones I didn't show, it's like, oh wait, there is actually I just didn't click it. Okay, so Melanie, here, let's have it on screen. Like for you, where would respect be
They
for
they put
Melanie?
it up really high. I wouldn't put it too high. I would still keep it out of the top 3. I don't think it's as
Hmm,
essential. But
like
I think Tony, yeah, Tony said they would be number 1 for her is respect, which makes sense. She's
respect,
very
really?
respectful of others. She did give, yeah, here's her list that she gave earlier. Number 1, communication. 2, flexibility. 3, accountability. 4, trust. 5, clear goals. 6, 7, 8, 9, values, purpose, and then fun is last. Nobody wants to have fun. Everyone's down to business. They want the goals accomplished, whether it's fun or not. They
I
like
would
it.
say they're kind of like thinking of like the maybe the short term, like the project. But I mean, I would say compared to like
Everybody
all the,
appreciates the grind. That's why everyone's on their grind right now.
I mean, especially now. It's like a very popular thing, like to have like like the grandmaster. But like I would say, it's not that it's not important for me. It's just that there's like the others are a lot more important for me. Like
Are you
so
comfortable with the
it's
top
not that
five?
it's
That's the big
bad, but
thing. Are you good with the top five?
I would say yeah. I'm like for me, like if I have to pick qualities that I would want to have in a team, like is essential for me when I'm working in a team, it will be those five. Like it will be those five. Well, except for clear goals. I'm still not too convinced on that one. But I would say that none of the four, like the first four, definitely like I would say is important for me, like when I'm working with a team. Like I know sometimes you kind of just don't have a choice. You kind of just like, you know what? I'll endure working with this team, but like those qualities, having those four qualities, definitely like for me, it's like for longevity. Like this makes me like want to work with a team longer. If I can trust them, if like we have sort of like a flexibility with our schedules and everything, we have open communication, and everyone kind of like takes accountability for like what they're supposed to do.
You know what? If I could maybe slightly bump down clear goals, I could probably slot in that respect on number 5. What do you think of that?
I will agree with you on that. Like, because I did want to put respect up here. I didn't see it earlier, but are we just completely knocking off clear goals?
No, it'd be like 5.5, and then we'll put respect on 5. We got
Okay.
our solid top 5, and then we can end the show. We did it, everybody. We
Okay.
accomplished
Respect
our
is
goal.
like a 5.
This was the team.
Like we're just making up the list now, but respect is like in between 5 and 6, like a 5.5.
No, reverse it.
Oh wait, yeah. Clear
Make
goals
it
is like a
5 and then
5.5.
bump down.
Respect
Yep,
is like 5. Yeah. Okay. I
perfect.
get what
Everyone's
yeah.
happy.
Respect
Everyone's
is like a 5.5. Okay. I'm confident with this list, and I think you are as well. So we do hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you want us to do another top 10, just put them in like the comment section, or if you're still watching this live, in the live chat, and just let us know what top 10 you want us to do next. So we'll see you again on chat line. Hope you all enjoy the show and have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
This week, we are delving into the quiet habits, excuses, and fears that hold us back. On Monday, we'll explore the noise we don't notice. Tuesday, we reflect on the excuses that sound like reasons. Wednesday, we untangle busyness versus growth. Thursday, we face the fear of stillness. And Friday, we decide choosing focus over FOMO. Join us live Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, only here on our self-development program, INCRadio, The Next W. See you!
Your Spotify playlist just got more exciting and inspiring because the INC Original Music is now on Spotify. Search up INC Original Music and discover songs about our faith and love, songs for our family and friends, songs full of hope, songs that keep us going. Add them all up to your favorite Spotify playlist. You can explore uplifting INC Original Music in a variety of styles and genres. Share your INC Original Music playlist to your friends. It's now even easier to share our faith and much easier to uplift ourselves and others through Christian music. INC Original Music, now available on Spotify.
Halina't balikan natin ang rising city of Southern Negros, ang Cabancalan City, at pasyalan natin ang nag-iisang coastal barangay, ang Barangay Daan Banwa. Kaya kung hanap mo ay lugar na relaxing at mahilig ka sa sunset,